As usual, reactions are divided into, well, between the people, the citizens, and also the politicians. On one side, we have the opposition leader Juan Guaido and the rest of the people that support Juan Guaido saying that this is the only way to push to the edge, to push Nicolas Maduro to the edge, so that he can resign or he can push forward to this elections that the opposition is actually asking for. And the usurpation, to end the usurpation, as they call it. This is for them the only way out, and this is an extreme way. They agree, but again, it is the only way. This is again for the Venezuelan opposition. Now, for the citizens and a lot of analysts, political analysts, we're seeing that there's a lot of criticism around the idea and around the embargo. There is a lot of people comparing Venezuela with Cuba and saying that it didn't work in Cuba, so this is not going to work in Venezuela. And ultimately, what it's going to cost is to increase the situation, the crisis that Venezuelans are living. And now, in the government, inside of the government, many analysts say that this is going to be a way out for the government. This is going to be their excuse. This is going to be another thing that they're going to put into their speech, just to avoid recognizing responsibility for the crisis that Venezuelans are living.
Okay, so some people then saying it can be used as an excuse by the government, but what other consequences could this directly have?
Definitely, this is going to bring direct consequences among the crisis and among Venezuelans. No one really knows the extent of it. So we need to wait and see exactly what the United States is talking about, because it is talking about an embargo, but we don't really know, for example, if this is going to affect companies like Visa, MasterCard, if this is going to affect the cell transfers, because this is something that most Venezuelans use right now to access to US dollars, which is basically the only way out of the economic crisis, that it's reaching hyperinflation of projected 10 million% in 2019. This, according to the Monetary Fund. So we really don't know the extent of it, but people are starting to worry what is going to happen with, for example, Venezuelans that have accounts in the United States and that have money in the United States. Are they going to be frozen, or this is just for the government? This is just for Nicolas Maduro? This is not very clear, but definitely, although the government of the United States say this is not going to touch medicines or food or the humanitarian aid that they say they are bringing to Venezuela, many people worry that this is in fact going to have an impact, a direct impact on importations and exportations.
Indeed, a divided reaction there, as you say, Anna, but it sounds like a lot of people do have reason to be worried. Thanks so much for giving us that update on the situation.